Hi, mystery writers. Welcome to Write a Killer Mystery, where we talk about making a good mystery great. Today, I want to talk about twists, turns, and reveals, how to work them in your mystery. First, I want to thank my patrons for their support. It means so much. And you can support these videos and my writing with a small subscription on Patreon. You'll find the link in the description below. So, twists, turns, and reveals in your mystery. You want to surprise your reader and yet satisfy them at the same time. You want to end up with, statements about your story, testimonials, reader reviews. The ending was a surprise I never would have guessed. That's, a high compliment for a mystery writer. And so it's fun to get feedback like this from readers. And at the same time, we have to work hard to make that happen, because today's readers are savvy and well-read in the genre, so they're not easily fooled. So keeping readers in suspense is a challenge that mystery writers face. And especially for mystery writers, you want to keep that villain hidden until the very end, but paint enough clues in the story to create a satisfying reveal at the end. It can't just come out of the blue. You want to have information bits that lead up to that final reveal, so the reader's like, oh, I should have guessed. So along the way, your stories set your sleuth in opposition, making wrong choices and following leads that go to a dead end. But at the end, you want to create a surprising twist, and that comes from controlling the flow of information. You want to hide clues while at the same time foreshadowing those future events. And when your story arrives at a twist, your reader doesn't see it coming, but at the same time realizes you've prepared them for that story event. So it's quite a balance. Author Brian Andrews said recently in an article at Career Authors, the key to pulling off an epic twist is threefold. 1, understanding exactly what kind of twist you're trying to pull off. 2, properly controlling the flow of official information to the reader. And 3, not disappointing the reader by failing to deliver the goods. So first you want to know what kind of twist you're creating for your story, because then you'll know what kind of signals to give your reader. The main one, the one that we find in mysteries from Sherlock Holmes on, is new information. You provide information, clues, and opinions that lead the reader to a logical deduction about what happened. But as the story progresses, other bits of disparate, confusing, or seeming irrelevant information are interspersed with those other details. So when you present the new information, the reader's former logical deductions are dislodged. If you want a quick example of how this works, and it's the main focus, is the Netflix series Criminal. They have one for the United Kingdom, one for France, one for Germany. I don't know, I may be missing one. But it's based on dripping information to turn the results. So it's kind of a quick study in how this works. So you may want to check that out. And the other kind of twist is the total paradigm shift. So this twist, everything seems to be happening according to one set of presented facts. And when there's a change, once that contradictory evidence is revealed, it's impossible for the reader to go back to viewing the story in the same way. So you can think of The Matrix, where a computer programmer discovers he's in a simulation. It's that kind of just total shift of what's going on in the story. So in mysteries, the prime example of a paradigm shift is an unreliable narrator. The reader's led to believe a character is one type of person and that they're giving truthful information, and then discovers they are not who they said they were. And this usually happens because the narrator leaves out important facts. So Gillian Glynn's Gone Girl, where the narrator manipulates the reader the way she does everyone in her life around her. That's a good example of the paradigm shift. So it's up to you as the writer creating your mystery to control that flow of information. You're in charge of how and when critical information appears in your story. And when you're intentional about organizing how and when clues, information, and contradictory information appear, you'll lead your reader through the story until that final reveal. So it's all about controlling when and where you plant the information. So as a writer, you want to set up crucial information for your reader, and you may hide the information among other seemingly more important points, but you must give your reader the opportunity to notice that point. So if it's hidden, it's still, when that final reveal happens, they're going to go, oh, because a baseless surprise feels like a cheat to your reader. So you want to be sure that you actually plant that information in your story. And so the surprise is the discovery of how all the information bits fit. But if the surprise is just, oh, I got it, it's that guy, and there's nothing in the 290 pages before that in any way indicated that there was something off about that character, your reader's going to feel cheated. So you don't want to do that. You just have to distribute the information strategically. I think it's one of the big challenges, but also one of the fun challenges of writing a mystery, because you want to make your twist integral to your story and connected to the characters. I'm going to say that again. You want to make it integral to the story and connected to the characters, so it all makes sense. If the twist doesn't connect your reader to the story, it doesn't matter how clever or original it is, it will fail with your reader, because they're going to feel cheated. They're going to feel like you didn't give them the information they wanted to solve the puzzle. Remember, mystery readers read to solve the puzzle, and their goal is they want to discover the villain before your sleuth. But if you're doing your job of planning the information, that's not going to happen. So if the twist feels random or improbable, or requires the reader to just suspend their disbelief, they're going to be disappointed and oftentimes enraged. And this can result in reviews that are quite the opposite of the ones we had at the beginning here. So it's all about a strategy of disseminating your information without making it blatant. Essentially, your reader goes on a journey in your story, and your sleuth is their tour guide on that journey, if you will, and they follow your sleuth through all the twists and turns. So you want to make each bit of information believable and in there, and yet hidden, masked, so that it doesn't seem significant at the time, but it all fits together at the end. Okay, I hope that helps. It's creating those twists and turns, and certainly providing the information that leads up to the final reveal, I think, is one of the fun, creative aspects of writing mysteries. For me, I know it's a lot of fun, and leading your reader on that trail and planting the clues that point toward that villain without making them obvious. But they do have to be there. Those clues have to be there, or your reader's going to feel that you've cheated them and you haven't presented them with the whole story, as it were. All right, if you love talking about writing mysteries, I have a new private Facebook group, Mystery Writers Studio, and we have beginning writers, we have published authors in there. So please feel free to join. The link is in the description below. Add your voice to the conversation. It's a lot of fun, and keep writing.